Hi there, ladies. Welcome to day 2. We're doing lower body and core. You're going to need that Pilates ball if you have it to get started. If you have a little kid's ball around too that you can grab, that works perfectly. It's really just a small bouncy ball. And if you don't have it, you can just modify without it. If you have ankle weights, you can also throw those on as well. So pause me if you need to get that, and then we'll get going right here. Definitely have water as well. And we're going to get the core activated first. So little ball is going right around where your low back is. Now, this is where if you don't have the ball, you're just going to sit up nice and tall, and you're going to lean back slightly so that you feel your core engaged. If you're getting any coning, if your abs are going up in the middle there, then you want to just sit up a little bit taller and don't lean back for that ab engagement. And if you have the small ball, that's just there to support the back as well, but we're still chest open, leaned back so that we're getting that ab engagement. All right, so now heels are on the floor. We're going to lift, alternating toes up, and this is coming from the hip flexors. So shoulders down away from the ears, deep breaths in through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Very good. Neck and jaw relaxed. That ball is there just for a tiny bit of support. So like I said, core and low body is the focus. It's all kind of wrapped together. So we want to focus a lot on connecting to the core and on our breathing throughout this workout. Good. Give me 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Now mini ball stays here if you have it. If you don't have it, you're just going to do this without it. If you have it, you're going to put it kind of right above your hips, between your hips and your ribs, and find a nice side plank where your elbow is underneath the shoulder, chest is open to the side. And now shoulders and hips are in line. Take the feet out slightly in front of you. Okay, so feet are a little bit forward of you. Again, chest open, neck and shoulder relaxed. If you don't have that ball, you're just rocking it here. If you have that ball, it can support a bit, but don't totally sink down on it, right? It's just supposed to be supporting. Now take your top leg, and you might have your ankle weights on for a little more resistance. I have 2 pounds on for reference. Legs super straight, little tiny circles forward. So like you are just drawing a circle with that big toe, we're going forward. This is activating the glutes, the hamstrings. You'll feel it if you're doing it body weight, but you will really, really feel it with some resistance on it. Good. Nice, gentle touch here. I'm just on fingertips. Good. Neck and jaw relaxed, chest proud. Very nice start. We're getting not only glutes, hamstrings, outer thigh, but also getting core control by not swinging around. You're going to feel it even more here where I want you to reverse it. Go backwards. Good. And now usually your upper body wants to do a little of this action. We're fighting to keep that really still. So we're pulling in the obliques and all that. Good. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Neck and jaw relaxed. We're going to give this leg a break very soon. We've got one more little exercise for it, and then it's going to get a break. Good. For 3, 2, 1. Ball can just rest for a moment. We'll need it again soon, but not yet. But you can stay up in this high plank, or you can come down and rest your head in your hands, or rest your head all the way down. I think I'm actually going to stay up here today. I think I get a little lazy when I lay all the way down. Knees are going to stay on the floor. Toes are up. So glue your knees together, glue your toes together. Again, you'll feel this with body weight. You'll feel it even more with your ankle weights. We are going to open from the hip, lift the toe to the ceiling, bring it back down, bring it together. A little bit of mental today too. Here we go. Open, open, together, together. I love this because we're getting inner and outer thighs, but we're getting quad too right here with this extension. We're also getting bottom obliques. Stay lifted here unless you're lying down, and that's fine too to take that option. Very good. But we're also getting so much mobility. This is really good for hip mobility, that internal and external rotation. Good. Last rep. Up, up, down, down. Good. Now you can park it all the way down again. That's my demo for going all the way down to the floor. Or you can stay up in this side plank. I'm going to see what I prefer here too in a second. Bend this back knee. Put that foot flat on the floor. I need a flexed foot and a straight leg on this front leg. Yeah, I'm going to stay up here. Again, it just makes me work a little harder, I think. Chest proud, a little bit of support here, light touches. I want you to think like there's a string from your inner thigh to the ceiling. Inner thigh lifts. You're joining me here, and we are ideally not tapping that working foot down to the floor in between. So it's just going to hover right above the floor. Good. Watch that chest that wants to concave forward. Everything's lifted, shoulders down away from ears. We're pulling right from here. It's all inner thigh. I love this one. Good. I want to put this in every single month when there's a Pilates day because I just love the feeling of targeting inner thigh because it can be hard to target. So let me know if you also don't mind it being in every month. I try not to be so repetitive. Good, rest, because I know people like variety. Give your shoulders a break. We're one more exercise on this side. So just give that little shoulder a rest. I'm going to show you what it is and tell you an option. So first option is high plank, no support. Your wrist is going to be in this flex position for a moment. If you don't love that, you grab a dumbbell. It doesn't matter how much weight it is, so that your wrist stays in neutral. See that instead of a flex? I talk about that a lot, but in case you're newer, or you can bring this on down to your forearm. This is what it looks like. Another modification for you is, that's not even a modification, it's just a preference, but bottom knee down is the modification for this one. And as we lower the hand, we lower the hips, and then we extend and reach overhead. I love this one. It's so much obliques on both sides, so much front of the core as well. Full option, you see that coming, is to stack or scissor the feet. So we're gonna do this in 3, 2, 1. We lower the hips, we reach overhead. This is a tough one on the balance. I'm actually gonna switch to a scissor because the balance feels a little better that way. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Warn you, time does stand still for this one, but we are doing it for 30 seconds, and we're already almost halfway. Good. Everything's tight. Lower it and lift it. Bottom knee can be down 10 seconds. Almost there, ladies. We're going to take a break right after this. Last one. Down and reach. Good. Rest. Excellent. Get water. Give your shoulders a breather. I'll show you what is coming now. We are transitioning to the all four position. Now, again, those of us who might have a little bit of struggle with the wrists, here's where we can grab those weights again, put them right under the hands, and now your wrists will be neutral the whole time. You also want all of these, I'm just sliding my notes over a little better since I'm going to face this way for a while. Don't want to skip an exercise. Heaven forbid we do less work than we're supposed to. You, for pretty much all of these, could also bring them to the forearms. Let me demo the first one. You don't have to do it yet. We're going to be in all fours position. We find a nice neutral with our spine. Abs are engaged. Shoulders are down away from ears. Everything is squared up to the floor. We extend that leg, and we are starting with leg lifts. So it's just leg up to about line with the body, no higher, and then down. It's more work if A, you have the ankle weights on, and B, if you do not tap the toe in between. If you let it rest on the ground, we're getting less work, right? So we want to let it hover ideally. Now, you could just take this to forearms. Everything we're going to do down here, you can take to forearms. I just still want you to stop it in line with like where your glutes are, right? That's kind of usually our stopping point when I say in line with the body. So that angle changes if we're down in the forearms. You get it? We're going to get going. So we've got 1, 2, 3 exercises on one leg, other leg. We go back to our side plank, whole shenanigans on the other side, and then we're stretching. Okay? It's going to be beautiful. So up on the hands or on the forearms, look down at the floor, shoulders down away from ears. Extend the leg, and here we go. We lift, we lower, and we stay pulled up with that supporting hip. We're not leaning into that side. Good. Look at the ground, and hips and shoulders stay square to the floor. Think about extending that leg too. Think about trying to make that leg as long as you can. Exhale, inhale. Beautiful, ladies. 4 more reps. And 3. And 2. I said, I did say 3 exercises, but it's 4. So that one was just the bonus starter, okay? Now we go up and over to the side, up and over to the other side. So if you were on a mat, you're thinking about this like you are extending the leg, tapping the toe really on one corner of the mat, and then the other corner of the mat. This one, the hips really wants to dump into the supporting hip. So just keep thinking, lift up, push through those hands. You can totally lock out those arms for this one. Good. I rarely say lock out a joint, but it'll be fine if you lock out those arms. Good. Last rep here. Each side we go up and over, and now some concentrated hamstring work. So you take a little breather, take a little wrist roll. Again, you could take this down to the forearms if you would like. We're up in line with the body. Make sure, too, you're not dumping in your low back. Zip that up. Extend the leg, flexed foot. We curl the heel towards the glutes. We extend. Join me. The challenge here, because I always notice when I peek at my own form in the camera that I start drooping. I get too low. So ideally that knee is staying in line with the hip. Yeah, and then we really, really feel in the hamstring. You get a tiny bit of glute too, but it's really mostly back of the thigh. Watch that supporting hip. We're not drooping, so we're pushing through those hands. Yes, nice flexed foot. Good work. 3 more reps. 3, extend, 2, last one. Hold it here at a right angle, heel to ceiling. Heel to ceiling. This is the last one on this side. And this one too, I tend to, when I peek in the mirror, I'm like all over here. So really try to keep that right angle. That heel is right above the knee. We're looking at the floor. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Stay with it. 10 seconds. Woo! I know. This side's going to be done. Up, 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 up. 3, 2, 1. Get out. Good. You can take a little sit back here to release the glutes. It just feels natural, doesn't it? Feels like we kind of need to do that. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale the mouth. Grab water if you would like it, need it. Pause me if you need a breather. We're going to come to the other side, starting with those side planks. So the ball, again, is going to just support right between ribs and hips. We're down in a forearm plank. Chest is lifted. Knees and hips eventually are in alignment, and feet are slightly forward. All right, so legs super straight. I think we're ready. Here we go. Very small circles to the front. Point that toe. It's like you're drawing a little teeny circle. We're still supported here. We're still lifted. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Good. This glute getting activated. This outer thigh getting activated. Nice job. Good. Woo! Stay with it for 3, 2, 1. We reverse it. Good. Tiny circles to the back. And now upper body's going to want to rock around a little bit. Fight that. Good. Point that toe. Look down at the legs. Very nice job. Stay with it. Deep breaths in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Beautiful. Good. For 3, 2, 1, and rest. You can take that ball out. We will not need it again at all. And we're going to do our clamshell. So you can stay up here or you can lie down on the floor. Knees glued together, feet glued together. Lift the toes. We go up, up, toes together. Bring it in. Good. Up. So we're just kind of balancing on that meaty part of the glute. Good. Up, in. Good. Rotate those hips. Get as much rotation as you can in there. Good. Deep breaths. Almost there. 3 more reps. Open, open, close it. Last one. And we rest. Good. This top leg gets a break. Foot flat on the floor. Extend that front leg. Foot is flexed. Lift up again in this side oblique. I know we've drifted a little. I've drifted a little. I'll speak for myself. Now pulling from the inner thigh straight to the ceiling and down. Do not tap that foot on the ground. You can do it. Let it hover. Good. We are almost there. We have, after this, a true, I will not surprise you again, 1 more exercise on this side, and then we're looking at a beautiful stretch. Good. And up, nice and controlled. Nice work. Stay strong, neck and jaw relaxed. Last 2, up and up. Good. And we end with a bang here. It is our lower and reach in the full plank as the full option. Bottom knee can stay down. I'm going to go ahead and scissor those feet because that worked better on the other side. Ready? We go down and up. So lower towards the floor and reach. Good. I really do think balance is probably one of the hardest elements of this, but it is just a challenging exercise. It's more of an advanced exercise here. Good. Bottom oblique is getting worked. Good. I included these the other day in something, and I very pleasantly felt my obliques the next day. Last one, just from doing these. So, not guaranteed, but we'll see how, if you feel these later. I liked I liked knowing I worked them, even though soreness is not necessarily an indicator of effectiveness. It is nice to know, like, oh, I have some muscles there. I did find them. All right, you can take those ankle weights off. Very well done. We're going to do a little stretch mobility. So hands under shoulders. Lift those hips up to the ceiling and send those heels down towards the floor. Pedal it out. Good. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Nice. Deep breaths. Oh, push the floor away with those hands. Lift those hips to the ceiling. This is the good part. Good. Now sit in it if you can. And if your heels are way up, that's totally fine. We're just trying to eventually get them to where we can press them towards the floor. Deep breaths in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Good. Now stay right here. Just lift that front leg up to the ceiling and open it up to the side. Just let it open at the hips. Hold it here and breathe in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Feel that nice stretch through the front of that hip flexor. A little bit down the front of the quad. Good. Open it back up. Bring it down. Other leg up to the sky. Open up to the side. Good. Push into those hands even more. Straighten out those arms. Deep breaths in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Very nice. Extend. Bring it back down. Walk the hands toward the feet, but don't come all the way up. We're going to stay here for that beautiful minute. Knees can be soft, or you can let the legs be straight. Grab your elbows. Take a little side-to-side sway. Relax your head. Relax your neck. Deep breaths in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Good. We've got some big lifts in this month, as we always do. And it's really important and really nice to have these other style days that are not less intense. They're just different. More of like a burn, a constant burn. And to get this nice mobility work in and not always be hammering. Good. Super slow roll up. But that being said, we do want to take a seat with me. We do want to make sure, not that we're hammering on those other days, take a knee to the chest, but that we are lifting appropriately and giving enough energy, enough output, because the point is not to have every day the same. We are trying to have a variety. So if we let these like upper body style days be the lighter weight days, the more mobility days, more of a slow burn type of workout, we do need the other days. You know, most things this month we're doing 3 sets of 12 or 3 sets of 10 or something. Good, nice butterfly for me. Give that inner thigh a stretch. Breathe. You can reach your fingertips forward. Just let the knees fall towards the floor as best you can. Deep breaths into the nose, exhale the mouth. So you ladies understand that the other days have to be different. It can't feel like lightweight, high rep. The other days are supposed to be a weight where you can almost not get any more reps. And that's what we're going for on those days. Good. Deep breaths in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Good. Take both legs out straight and bend the knees if you need to. Otherwise, keep them straight and get as much of the leg, your calf, the back of your thigh onto the floor as you can and reach forward. Good. Now we're going to hit that like resistance where your body immediately is like, no, don't do that. And then I want you to breathe past that and see if you can take it a little bit further. So deep breaths, deep down in the belly. Feel that low back even, and the ribs fill up with air on an inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Good. In through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. In through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. In through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Very well done. Good. And we're going to come up into knee under hip. Some hip flexor pullbacks. Leg out to the side. Hands in front of you. We're almost there, ladies. Front with the hips. And then pull it back like the name suggests, to the front. And send the hips back. Good. Breathe. Shoulders are down away from ears. Don't let them get up here. They're relaxed. Everything, hopefully, is feeling nice and relaxed and mobile. Good. Last one here. We're moving slowly and controlled. Good. Same thing, other side. Knee under hip, hand slightly forward of the body. Take that leg out to the side. Bring the hips forward and pull back. Nice job. Good work. Whether you're starting your day, ending your day, squeezing this somewhere in here, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I am so glad you got this done. I know you're so glad you got it done. We keep moving. We keep building confidence in ourselves by doing what we said we're going to do. That's how we build confidence. Knees together, deep breath, in through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Have a wonderful rest of your day, ladies. I will see you next workout.